Talk to us about your upbringing. We've had a few Baltimore guys on the show. The common theme is this, it's tough out there. You know what I mean? Your brother was addicted to drugs. Pops served some time. What was your childhood and teenage years like in Baltimore?
Well, it was challenging. It was challenging growing up in the city of Baltimore. At the age of 5, I got shot. Being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And, that's the type of environment that we grew up in. But for us, as kids, you don't know any different. It's like normal. It's like normalcy in terms of trying to just adjust to the environment and to the atmosphere that you're raised in. Playing, trying to pursue that game as well as trying to grow up. You had to look over your shoulders quite a bit. But at the same time, we had a dream that was floating around in my head. Myself, Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams and I was like Mutt and Jeff. He and I grew up together in the inner city of Baltimore, and then he and I was able to push one another, keep each other on the same path, motivate one another, and take that journey and understand that we had an opportunity to not only do something for ourselves, but do something for our families. And so we had to try to keep our nose clean, if you will, make sure that we understood how the importance of what the education was back then, because growing up, that big terminology that was floating around was dumb jocks, and having players that came before us, and, the guys like the Skip Wise, the Ernie Grahams, Dwayne Woods, the Kevin Bush, those guys before us, having the opportunity to witness those guys play the game and taking it as far as they could, but not able to take it to the highest level, which was the NBA. It just gave us, that inspiration that we can, change the trajectory not only for our families, but for our community as well, in terms of the brand of basketball we have playing in our community.
I want to backpedal real quick because you kind of just slid over like it was nothing. You said you got shot at 5. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, yeah, as I said, the neighborhood where we grew up, growing up in the inner city, you grew up a lot quicker than probably in some of the suburbs. You're exposed to things that you didn't realize as a kid that you would be witnessing at that early age. And outside of our apartment building, a fight had broken out. And of course, me, inquisitive mind, wanted to see what was going on. I snuck out the house, and one of the kids took a rock and broke one of the store owner's windows. And the store owner came out, went straight to his shed and grabbed his double-barrel shotgun and just started shooting in the neighborhood. And fortunate enough for myself, the bullet went over my head, but then all the buckshots went through my arms and then my legs, which I still carry one in my arm to keep me of a reminder of where I've come from. Those are the things that, for me, I think I look at it twofold, because at that same time, early on, I used to go try to pursue the game of basketball, and a lot of kids used to make fun of me. I was the butt of everybody's jokes because of my height, and the ball was so big and I didn't know how to control it. But after that incident, in terms of being shot and going through that dramatic experience, I think it changed my mindset, because, once again, when I went back on that basketball court and heard the kids, hurling all the little small jokes that could possibly come out of their mouth, it didn't have the same impact that it once did. And probably I'm quite sure that the dramatic experience that I just alluded to, what I went through by being shot, the least of my worries was their words. I was just still frustrated that I didn't know how to play the game of basketball at the time, and that I didn't have anything to combat them with in terms of being able to compete and shut them down in that regard.